It is finally spring, and I have a wonderful spring charcuterie board I'm going to be sharing with you, so you're going to want to keep watching. Hey friends, it's Kelly, and welcome back to Mama Needs a Goal. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if you're new here, welcome, welcome. So friends, today it is a rainy, gloomy April day, and I am tired of feeling this way. I have just a few days left before our school goes on spring break. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a vegetable spring charcuterie board and take it to work, and hopefully it'll get us already in the mood for spring break. Not that we're not already in, but on these gloomy days, it's so hard. So I thought this might brighten everybody's day up. So I'm gonna share it with you today. I'm gonna quickly go over all the ingredients. There's a possibility I may add maybe some celery or something in there. I don't have it out, but we'll find out as we go along, and I'll put everything in the description box that I ended up using. So let me stop talking. Let's go over all the ingredients, and then we'll get started. Alrighty, so I have myself a large charcuterie board and a couple dishes. I have the lid to the dishes because I kind of laid out where I want my flowers. I'm going to do 2 flowers that do not have dip in the middle, but I do have 3 bowls. One of them's behind the parsley. Let me be putting dip in. I'm using hummus. I'm only going to be using 2 different flavors, but you can buy 3 if you want. You could do hummus and a mix of like a sour cream and onion kind of dip or something. It's whatever you choose. So let me quickly go over everything. I have some baby carrots, some snap peas, and I just needed a couple string beans, or you can use green onion if you want, but I had some string beans left over from dinner the other night. Excuse me, the pollen. I had some string beans left over from dinner, so I'm going to use those, but like I said, you can use green onion. I have a bag of mixed mini peppers. I have some parsley. You don't need that much parsley. We're only going to be using a little bit. I have just these small little cherry tomatoes. I have an English cucumber, and I have some roasted garlic hummus and some roasted pepper hummus. So they are all the ingredients we're going to be using for our spring charcuterie board. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, my friends, we're going to go ahead and cut off the tips of this. And I picked the English cucumber because of the size. I wanted it to be a little bit smaller. And I'm just going to go ahead and take my vegetable peeler and go right down the middle and just take off some of that skin. And I'm going to turn it over and just leave about an inch or so and do it again. And can you see that forming? I love the way that looks on a tray. One more time, and then one more. Probably shouldn't have cut off the tip quite yet. It's easier to hold on to it. I just want to try to stay as straight as you can. So there we have it. Put that aside, and then we're going to go ahead and slice our cucumber. I'm going to try to slice it, oops, on an angle, so it kind of gives you like the pointy part of a petal. Okay. Oh, that didn't go too well. Okay, can you see that? How it gives you more of a pointy point, a point of a petal. So we're just going to go ahead and slice. That's too thin. We want to use these for dip. Alrighty, we are just about there. One more, 2 more. I don't want to cut myself. Alrighty. Now let's go ahead and move over to our tray, and we'll start putting together our charcuterie board. Alrighty, so I have myself some little ramekin dishes. Is that how you say it, ramekin? I had some clear ones that match this set, but they were a little bit wider, and my board, I just thought it would be better if these were a little bit smaller. So I have 3 of them, and I have the lids to these other containers, but they do fit this. So I just have these here just kind of positioned where I want my flour. So I'm going to have hummus in these three. And then I'm going to do my cucumbers where these are. So I don't need a dip in there. So let's go ahead and start with our red. So we're just going to put the cut ends like around the edge. And like I said, you don't want them too large. If you use the bigger ones, you would definitely want to cut them up into smaller pieces. And we're just going to go right around and fill this in. Kind of looks like a sun in a way, but when we're done, it will look like a flower. So I'm going to go ahead and just continue around with all my red until I'm done. And fill in those little gaps. And you kind of want to vary the sizes. You don't want them all the same size. You know what I mean? If you can see here, I have two small and then a larger one. Because then it'll look a little strange. So just go ahead and fill it all in. Oops. Layering is the key. Alrighty, well I'm going to go ahead and finish this up because I don't think you need to see me do this entire thing. So once I get this finished, then we'll go ahead and I'll show you the next step. Alrighty, so now I have all my red peppers. I'm going to take some carrots and just throw a few in there just for a little bit of added color. He's not letting me. There we go. We're just going to put them right in there. We're just adding a little bit of, whoops, one in the wrong bag. I'm finding the skinniest ones that I can. Just adding a little color in there. Plus, we want carrots as well. On our tray. And there we go. So a little bit of color. Just need something over here. There we go. Just like that. Is that pretty or what? So that one is done. So now I think we might play around with our cucumber down here. So remember we sliced them on an angle. So we want the pointiest parts sticking out. And you're just going to overlap them like that. Actually, we're going to get it as close as we can there. And just make yourself a little circle. That. Okay, and then we're going to do one more. You're just going in between where they overlapped. That. And one more. And then we're going to take little cherry tomatoes. Put them right in the middle. Just like that. Okay? flip that around because that end was kind of high. There we go. Just like that. Now what I did was I went and got my string beans. I'm going to use these as stems. So I picked my smallest string beans for that and this one. And then I got my 3 largest string beans for this over there. Okay? Alrighty. Now we're going to go ahead and do our carrots in the middle and then our orange ones here. Okay? So, no, I think what I'm going to do is the orange one up here with the carrots. Without carrot, no. What do I want to do? Because I'm not putting carrots around here. So I think we're going to do this in the middle. Yeah, we're going to do this in the middle. Because I don't think I'm going to add carrots on there. So let me turn this around for you. So we're just going to layer this. It's a little, this is going to layer over top. You know, when wildflowers grow, they're bunched up. Look how little that is. We're going to save that, put that on the top. But we're going to use these longer ones on the bottom because we want it to be, we want to layer. So you want the biggest, longest ones on the bottom. Okay. There we go. All right, and now we're just going to continue to layer. Alrighty, so now we have 2 flowers done and we're going to work on our carrots. Alrighty, so now we're going to do a carrot flower and we're just going to put those down, and you want to put, like I said, the sides that are the pointiest out. Save the skinnier ones for the top. So we're just going around and around. It's okay to overlap your peppers. You actually want that to happen. Okay. Alrighty, and then now we're going to go in with a, oh, that went on the floor, a second layer. Just, oh, watch, needs charging. Just go in between, like that. So I'll go ahead and finish that up, and then we'll come back and take a quick peek. Alrighty, so now we have our second flower, or fourth flower. Oh my goodness, our 4th flower done, our carrot flower. And now we just need to work on our last one. We're going to do another green flower. Same deal. Pointy end out. I'm doing this upside down, so I hope it works out well. Okay, and then we're gonna add 3 little tomatoes right in the middle. Alrighty, so where is my string bean, my short string bean? I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna turn it this way, opposite of the other one. There we go. Alrighty. I do have some cucumber left, so I may end up doing a small flower here. Let's just kind of see. I don't want it to feel overly crowded, if you know what I mean. But let's see. That way we're not wasting cucumbers. I'm gonna have to wash up some more tomatoes because I don't have enough. There. I'll give you a close-up of that, but I think that looks cute. All right, so now I have my little snap peas, and we're going to do this as grass. So we're just going to put them at the bottom and work our way across. You want to use the bigger ones first. And just go around the edges. Do that as and you can see I'm spacing them out because we're going to double up on it. We use the larger ones. We want the taller ones in the back, meaning on the bottom. All right, then you want to just go in and fill in with the rest, and you want to do like varying heights. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then I'll show you when I'm done. All right, my friends, so this is what it looks like. We're pretty much complete at this point, but I was thinking about taking a little bit of parsley and just tucking it in just to give it a little, I don't know, three-dimensional feel. My parsley is getting a little wilted, but I have a lot of it, and I just thought it would be useful. It would be great too to put it next to the string beans to give it the leafy feel. That's a perfect idea. Let me get a good bunch here. There we go. I'll take this big piece here and tuck it in under the string beans. There, and look at that. Does that look adorable? Did that get loud? I think I did. And then it'll be so cute. How stinking cute. That's so adorable. So our parsley has now become the leaves on our string bean stems. There we go. Put that, tuck that down there like that. Let's get some more that looks decent. Oops, sorry friends. I just want to get some that looks nice so we can, there we go. I am loving this. Loving it. How stinking cute. I think I'm in love. Alrighty, my friends. So all we have left to do is put our stuff in there. So let me grab that out of the fridge and then we'll put that together. Alright, my friends. So we have some roasted bell pepper and, is it bell pepper? Roasted red pepper and roasted garlic hummus. Do you ever have a hard time getting these things off? I stuck my finger in there trying to get it. Man, it makes me mad. Anyway, so let's go ahead, mix this up a little bit, and then we're gonna put this in there. I'm gonna put the red one in the middle since I have red there. I'm gonna put it here. Be careful you don't drop it, because y'all know I'm really good at dropping. Ugh. And then I'm going to put half of this in here and half in the other side. And you can buy 3 of these if you want. I was just trying to save a little bit of money. You know, Miss Frugal here. But I have a little bit left in this, and I'll take that into work so we don't waste it. So I'm going to do a scoop in each one so I can make sure I have an even amount. Even that out a little bit. Make it look pretty. Of course I had to get it up there, didn't I? And then make that look pretty. Let's scrape that off. My hands are clean. I just washed them. Anytime I touch packages that, you know, come from outside and things like that, I try to wash my hands. Okay, and now I have 3 little tomatoes, and I'm just going to put one right in the middle of each one. Just put it right on down, just to give it that flowery look. And friends, there you have it. It is done, and I am so thrilled with the way it turned out. I'm going to take the camera down and just kind of do a quick overview of it, and then I'll take some pictures of it and add it at the end of the video. Alrighty, friends, I'm standing on a chair so I can give you the best overview. So there we have it. Look how stinking cute it is. I love this so much. I did a lion win vegetable tray for a baby shower. I'm going to go ahead and link that in the description box, as well as add it to my end video. I think you guys might like that as well. So there we have it. Alright, my friends, so that'll do it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it'll just inspire you to have a better day, create something fun. If you're having weather like we are, you know, it always puts me in such a mood, and I wanted to be up and positive today. Spring break is coming, so I am so excited. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, hit that little subscribe button, as it does greatly help me out. And also, please consider checking me out over on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and TikTok, as I am active on all social media sites. So friends, thanks so much, and I'll catch up with you next time. Bye!